Hey guys, I'm Connor from the ConnorandLandonshow, and as you guys know, as I said in my last video I think that I made, I told you guys that when the new Linkin Park album came out, which the new one is called Living Things, I said that I was going to review every single Linkin Park album in a row, not Reanimation because I don't have that one, but I'm going to do them all in a row, starting with the first one that came out, the first full-length album by Linkin Park released on October 24th, 2000, Hybrid Theory. So yeah, as I said, this album came out on October 24th in the year 2000. So yeah, this album, I think this album is my third favorite album by Linkin Park, because the first it would go Meteora, Living Things, Hybrid Theory, Minutes of Midnight, 1,000 Suns. So yeah, that's all in a row. I think that Living Things is so good it actually outbeats this album as my third favorite, in my opinion, not yours, mine. Shut up. I actually learned this the other day that when Linkin Park released their album, the album Hybrid Theory in the year 2000, I sound like Al Gore, okay? So they released it, and I forgot who they outbeat, but apparently in 2000 there was an album that was selling a bunch of records, and then Linkin Park released Hybrid Theory, and it got up to #1, and it was actually the #1 top selling album from the year 2000. So, little fun fact. So if we look at the front cover here, we get to see the old-fashioned thing of Linkin Park, and they used to do that thing when they was first starting, or when they actually released Hybrid Theory, where they spelled L-I and then a backwards N on all of them. So yeah, and a little fun fact, if you didn't know this, if you're a retard, before Linkin Park was actually Linkin Park, they were actually called Hybrid Theory, and before the album Hybrid Theory by Linkin Park came out, the band Hybrid Theory released a Hybrid Theory EP, which was their self-named EP, and all I can say is this: fantastic. So if you guys do not have cable, I bet you have never seen the show on VH1 Classic Rock, or just VH1 Classic. You've probably never seen the show Metal Evolution. And if you haven't seen it, if you don't get it on your TV, you've probably seen it on VH1's website, the show called Metal Evolution. So in one of the episodes of Metal Evolution, in one of the, probably, yeah, I don't know, mid-season maybe, they were talking about the genre of nu metal. And if you don't know what the genre of nu metal is, you must be a dumbass, but it's a mixture between rap, electronica, metal, rock, hard rock, punk. It's basically a mixture between every single genre of music ever created, probably. But in there they were talking about, you know, the basic nu metal bands like Limp Bizkit, Fred Durst is a douchebag, what, Korn. They were talking about that one album, Roots by Sepultura. They were talking about Rage Against the Machine, and they were talking about some bands that might have influenced nu metal, like Led Zeppelin and Pantera. So, also, when they were talking about nu metal, you can't talk about nu metal without talking the band that actually brought nu metal to basically the mainstream the most, that most people talk about, the band Linkin Park. And when they were talking about that, the main guy in the show said that he didn't care for Linkin Park because said it didn't sound like metal and all that stuff. Well, it sounds like to me, Linkin Park sounds like a mixture between metal, rap, and a bunch of other genres. So yeah, my opinion. When this album came out, if we look also the front cover, we get to see the cover art, which looks like a soldier with dragonfly wings holding up a flag, and the Mike Shinoda, if you don't know who he is, he's the rapper and also the guitar player and keyboard player inside Linkin Park. He actually was the creative artist who actually came up with the cover art for Linkin Park, and I think sorry, voice crack, Chester Bennington, lead singer and screamer in the band, said that they wanted the cover art to kind of go with what the album was called, Hybrid Theory, which is kind of what the front cover looks like. Also, if we look at the back here, we would get to see every single member of Linkin Park all in a row. We get to see, you know, Rob. We get to see Brad, Chester, Mike, and Joe. Here's my question. Please answer in the comments. Where is Phoenix? Where did he go? Or was he just not there for the cover shoot? Or was he not in the band yet? Or just tell me in the link below. So the tracks on this album are Paper Cut, One Step Closer, With You, Points of Authority, Crawling, Runaway, By Myself, In the End, A Place for My Head, Forgotten, Cure for the Itch, and Pushing Me Away. If I were to name my top 5 favorite songs off this album, I do this in every single album review. This might be hard for me because there's a lot of good songs in here. It'd probably go Paper Cut, One Step Closer, Crawling, Runaway, and, of course, In the End. In the End is probably one of my favorite Linkin Park songs of all time. Now, some other honorable mentions are With You, Points of Authority, By Myself, A Place for My Head, Forgotten, and Pushing Me Away. I like Cure for the Itch, but it's just an instrumental song of Johan doing his beats and all that stuff, which is good. It's just, I like songs with singing in them better. I'm not saying they're bad, because I think they're freaking awesome still, because Linkin Park is the definition of what awesome is. But, yeah, so those are honorable mentions, and if we open this up, we get to see, guess what? We get to see the CD with the cover, with the, basically the front cover art, only in like a blander version, and we get to see on the side, we get to see basically the name of the group, name of the band, Linkin Park, and if you can't see it, hold on, and you still can't really see it, but it's written in basically like a Japanese lettering and symbols and all that stuff, and if you turn it sideways, you get to see the front cover art guy, the Hybrid Theory guy, and you get to see all the names of the tracks if you didn't see them on the back already. Also, we get to see this booklet right here, which isn't really a booklet since it kind of does this, where instead of doing like a normal thing where you turn page to page, it goes like this. So it's basically a porn magazine. No, it's, you open this up and you get to see the regular thing, which is almost in every single booklet and on every single band. You get to see the names of the tracks and lyrics to every single one of them, and, well, except for Cure for the Itch, because it doesn't have any lyrics to it, it's just beats. Well, it does have words in there, it's just talking, basically. And, yeah, so, also, I want you guys to do this. There's this not really rare thing, because people have seen it before. There's this thing that I saw on the internet the other day that I want some of you guys to check out if you're a hardcore Linkin Park fan. Probably already seen this. But there's this interview that, I forgot what the name of the people were, but it was back in the year 1999 when Linkin Park was still called Hybrid Theory. And it's them, instead of performing in a studio, they used to perform in a room. I don't know why I just, was it a microphone or a dig? I don't know. So, like, basically they used to perform in a room before they would go live on stage, because they said that's better than going inside a studio and sitting down on stools and just, like, doing all that stuff. They said moving around inside a room and all that is way better. And following the words of Chester Bennington, if you want to make it in music, you have to live, breathe, eat, shit, piss, and basically you have to make music your entire life. I want to do that. On drums. Rock band. That basically wraps up my review for the album Linkin Park, Hybrid Theory. This is my third favorite album of all time, so I would give this a solid 10 out of 10, because as I said in the last thing, if there's any Linkin Park album that is rated less than 10 out of 10, it's not that good. So yeah, that's it. 3, 2, 1. My next review will be on Meteora.
my favorite album of all time by Linkin Park.
Subscribe.